Hey, just a quick follow-up of my last video. If you haven't seen it, I'll put a link just up there, and that was all about getting stuck into PSADT v4 with the PowerShell module approach. If you want to know more about that, head over to that video, and I'll see you back here afterwards. If you're ready to get started with the PSADT built app and getting that into Intune, then you're in the right place. That's what this video is all about. Now, this process itself doesn't differ that much from the PSADT version 3, but do stick around because there are a few slight changes that can really make a big difference. So actually, from the VS Code, you can see this is exactly as we left it. I've not really changed anything at all. In fact, I haven't changed it at all. I went over the weekend and came back, and I'm doing this now. So that's where we're at. Now, I do need to make sure that we can get it into Intune. So we're going to wrap it in an Intune Win file, because when you go over to Intune and choose apps, as you most likely know, you go to Windows, you choose Create, and then you go down to Windows App Win32, choose Select, and then you need to select an app package file, which it says should be in Intune Win. It doesn't give you much more information than that, though. You've just got to figure out what that means. And if you go to this handy website here, which I'll put in the description, it's the Win32 content prep tool that you need. And so we're going to grab this. There it is, Intunewinapputil. We'll click on that. We're going to download it just like that. And there it is. Now we open the folder that is in, and there it is. So you just need to run that in terminal. So let's do that actually. I've got PowerShell here, so I'll go back to where is it? It's gone to my downloads folder, so bear with me a second. Alright, so it should be in here. It is Intunewinapputil. There it is. So when I run it, what you see is it says please specify a source folder. Now I do have a source folder. I've got a folder where I put the content that PSADT built. So I'll go into File Explorer here, and in this PC, in C, I have PSADT, and there's the two attempts that I made. I made a Firefox version 141 and FileZilla v3692. So that contains the entire thing. It contains the files that need to be that are used during the install, and it also contains the entire module that is going to be run, or the set of scripts that are going to be run in order to install this application on the computer. And then you can remember that we modified some of the PS1 file to have the install command and the uninstall command. So that's pretty much what I need to do. But I need to get this folder here into the Intune Win. So I'm going to grab this. Now remember, we need the entire folder here. So the source folder is this one here. Got it. The setup file. Now the setup file for the application is different to the setup file for the Intune Win. Well, no, the setup file for the application is different from the setup file that we use to kind of bootstrap this installer. So, for example, I don't want to put the setup file as invoke app deploy toolkit in every single one of my Intune Wins. I actually want to use this files and then this one here, because that's actually the setup file. Now, I could be wrong on that, because I haven't really read that anywhere, but I think that's the case. So if I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments. I could be wrong. But this is the setup file. I'm going to put that there. Now, the output folder. Okay. Where are we going to put this Intune Win file? I actually have a folder called PSADT. What did I call it? I called it something. PSADT -output. Alright, I'll put that here. Okay. Now, you could create a subfolder, and then it would put the content in the subfolder, but it's just going to output one file, so I don't think it really matters that much. Now, we aren't using catalogs in this particular installation, so I can just choose no, and there it is. It's going ahead and doing that. Doesn't take too long at all, and at the end, you should see that we have, in our output folder, there it is, we have an Intune Win file. Great, so now we can go ahead and upload that to Intune. So, there's Intune. This is where we were just a moment ago. I'm going to find this. There's my output folder. I'll open that up, and it's found that the name is here. And I think that is the difference between putting the setup file as the app deploy toolkit one or the setup file as this, because at least now I've got this information about it rather than just the generic one about PSADT. Anyway, I'll choose OK. Now we have some pre-filled information here, but it's not very good, is it? So I'm just going to call this FileZilla. Now I could change the description a bit if I want to. I don't really have much to say during this demonstration, but there's that. And then it's FileZilla, FileZilla.org, I think, and it's 3692, I remember. There we go. So that's the version, that's the publisher, that's the description. Okay, we're really getting quite far down this road, aren't we? Now, if you want, you can get the logo, but when you choose select image, you can see that you need to select a file, right? So I'm going to grab this file, and it is looking for a PNG or a JPG or a JPEG. I don't have that, so you need to get the logo somehow. You can either go to the website and try and find it on the website, or a little trick that I've found is if you find the logo on an executable, so it's either on in FileZilla, it's going to be on FileZilla.exe, or you might find it on the downloads, maybe here. So I can just right click, and if you've got 7-zip installed, you can show more options, 7-zip, and extract that. And after a few seconds, you don't need all this stuff, but there it is. And in here we have resources, and we'll have different icon sizes. So in here we have the 48 by 48, and there you go. So that's the PNG I can use. So I can just grab that location there and put that in the logo and choose open, and there it is. Nice and quick. Bit of a hack, you know. I'm not saying you should do that for everyone, but it does work if you use 7-zip to grab that from there. Anyway, we'll choose OK, and then we'll choose Next. And in the install command, right, so we know the install command, but this isn't the install command for FileZilla, remember. This is the install command for the PSADT version of FileZilla. I'll show you what I mean by that. We can either use this one, which is invoke app deploy toolkit.ps1, or we can use invoke app deploy toolkit ps1 deployment type uninstall, or we've got this executable one. Now I prefer to use the executable, so I'm going to grab this, but in fact I don't need, because it's the installer, I don't need all of this stuff afterwards, so I can just grab that, and put it in the install command. There it is. And then I also want to do the uninstall as well, so I'm going to grab the uninstall. I appreciate there's a little copy button there, I should use that instead. There's the uninstall. I don't want it to do the 32-bit, I'm happy with 64-bit, because that's the uninstaller, that's going to work. And that's it, that's all we need. So we can choose Next, and then requirements, I'm going to let any architecture install this, and the minimum OS, I'll go with 2004. Next, rules format for detection. Detection's important, we need to figure out whether it's installed or not before we try and install it, and then when we finished installing it we need to check whether it's actually there. The concept of detection, I'm sure you fully understand. We can choose manually configure, and the manually configured rule I'm going to go for is probably going to be the file and the path. Well, look, it's installed on this computer, which is a good way to test and to make sure your detection method works. I have FileZilla, and I'll open that. So this location, well, this one's a shortcut, so we don't want that. I'll go into open file location, and this is a location that has FileZilla. So I'm going to grab that. Oops. I'm going to grab that, and the path is there, and then it is just FileZilla.exe. Okay, so what we're doing for the detection method is we are looking for the FileZilla.exe in this folder here, and the detection method is going to be file and folder exists would work, or we could look for the version of that application. There are reasons you would go in, you would do either of those. So for example, if you want this application to always be detected regardless of the version, so if it always automatically updates, then you might want to, regardless of the version, look for this particular file. But if you instead want to look for a particular version and say actually it needs to be greater than or equal to this version, then you can put that value in there, or you can look for exactly the right version, and any minor changes to that version number would mean it's not detected anymore, and therefore Intune would go ahead and try and reinstall over the top. Just for this demonstration, I'm going to keep it simple as file or folder exists, but I do appreciate that you can get a lot more technical with that as well. I'm going to choose OK. And next, there are no dependencies for this application that I know of, so I'm not going to try those. And I'm not superseding a previous version of FileZilla, but if you were, really easy just to choose Add and select that older version from your Intune console. We'll choose Next. And assignments, I'm going to go with all devices for me because I've only got one device that I'm actually going to test this on. Just built it ahead of this demo. So we can now choose Next. And just review that. Looks good to me, I think. I'll choose Create. Now it's going to upload that content from my computer up into Intune so that it is ready to deploy to computers when they request it. And because I've pushed it as a required application to the computers, then they're going to request it as soon as they sync and know there is an application to receive. So I'll choose Devices, find the device that I've just built to test this out. It is, oh dear, it's the Windows one, obviously. This one here, I'll sync this application, no, not application is it? I want to sync that computer and give that a few moments to sync. In the meantime, let's head over to it. I'm going to go into my computer here. Firefox was just installed, but I think that's because I've just built it and all of my old applications are coming down to it. So hopefully I haven't also pushed FileZilla to it because that would get confusing. What I'm expecting to see is all those prompts that we saw when we were testing PSADT will appear here. That's the idea I'm hoping for anyway, but we'll see if that works. It's downloading all of my old software that I've been testing with, so give this a few moments to finish and we'll see how it looks. Alright, I was doing something else, but it just popped up and said it was installing FileZilla. Now, it hasn't done anything else since that. It literally popped up a few seconds ago saying it was installing FileZilla, but it said it using the normal native Intune interface, not PSADT. So I'm expecting the PSADT version of that interface to pop up shortly. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just going to finish installing FileZilla. Let's see. So FileZilla was installed successfully. There it is. Now that's not exactly what I was expecting because, like I say, I was expecting it to pop up with the interface to allow deferrals and stuff. What did we get wrong? And now I need to try and figure out why that installed silently without showing me the prompts. It can't show prompts. Intune's running in system. Right? It's running in the system context, not in the user context. So it can't show me a prompt at all. It has to just do it silently. And the fact that it installed is good, because if it can't show the prompt, then it starts to install silently. The thing we need to do then is to get ServiceUI working. Now I completely skipped over ServiceUI in the docs. There must be a way to invoke ServiceUI. Aha, ServiceUI. Okay, so if deploying in Config Manager, allow users to view and interact, and we don't have that option in Intune, do we? So instead, we need to use ServiceUI.exe or a helper script if you want to show dialogues in Intune, which we do. So let's do that. We're going to choose this and see what the docs say about that. Okay, download MDT. That's going to be my first point of call. I'm going to download the Microsoft Deployment Toolkit, and install that just so I can extract some stuff from it, because the thing we need to extract is ServiceUI.exe. Give that a few moments to download and I can extract stuff from it. But what else do we do? Go back. We are going to, we're just going to use that instead. We're just going to put that in support files, and then we're going to invoke ServiceUI. I think we put it in support files. We used to anyway. No, we're going to put it in the. Okay, I'm gonna follow the instructions this time. Let me do that. So I'll go and do that, and then we'll come back later on and see whether it worked. See you next time.